Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to do a review, a quarter by quarter review for this year of what I got at my Boxycharm and whether I feel like Boxycharm is worth it. This is one of those things that I've watched other people do and I was like, oh, that's a great idea, because we all kind of have different expectations. We all get different things in our boxes. There's several different variations. I wanted to kind of revisit it and tell you, maybe I loved this thing before, but am I still really using it? All right, so before we get started, if you are not subscribed, would you please, and let me know what your favorite thing you've gotten so far from Boxycharm this month is. And if you don't get Boxycharm, what is your new favorite thing that you've fallen in love with since the beginning of the year? It doesn't have to be beauty related, just let me know. All right, so January, I only have 4 of the five items that came in my box. And I kind of felt like the makeup items were a dud in January, for me, personally. But the skincare and the other products were just like, woo, awesome. So the first thing is the one that I don't have because I used it up, and I used it up in like 3 weeks because it wasn't a full size. And Boxycharm always says it's full size. And I was like, Boxycharm, you lie. But it is from Briogeo. It's the Rosarco Hair Milk. And I loved it. Mine was like 2 ounces. And I was like, that's not a full size Boxycharm. And I know Briogeo is an expensive brand and it's a really great brand, and it was nourishing and it smelled good. And I was like, yes, why didn't you send me a full size Boxycharm? But I love that. The other thing I loved and I haven't used because I'm kind of saving it for when I need to be really glowy and beautiful is this. We got 2 of these. This is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mask. Now, this mask was beautiful. It sat really well on my face. It does give you a gorgeous luminous glow. Love this. And I've actually thought about repurchasing, but right now I'm in a wash off mask phase. I will eventually get back to my sheet masks, but I do like this one a lot. All right, this was probably the worst product I'd ever received from Boxycharm, and it's the Star Looks Ultra Gem Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade Aurora. It's supposed to be a metallic pink. It just snapped off. It is so dry and so old. And here I am trying to get a, you can't see it. I'm going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and you can barely see any of it. So this doesn't work on my eye because it's too dry. Doesn't work on my waterline, doesn't work on my lash line. I can't use it like a crayon on my eye. I liked the idea of this shade because it's a really pretty color, and it's one of those that's a cool toned pencil, and I thought it would have been really fun for like my lower waterline or like inner corner, but I can't get it to work. And I've been saving it so I could do this review, and now that straight in the trash can. That was terrible. So I got this in my January box. This is from Tarte. It's their Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. I liked the look of it. It looks so pretty. And I was hoping that it would be the sort of easy everyday palette that I could just, throw 1 or 2 colors on and be out the door with. The problem I have is there's only 1 matte shade in here, and it's right here, which is fine. I don't mind. But a lot of the rest of these shimmery shades, they're all very similar in tone. It's like, and I love shimmer shades, and there are days that I put shimmer like all over my lid into the crease and like call it good. I don't believe you shouldn't wear shimmer in the crease. I believe you should wear whatever you want on your eyes, however you want. But this palette, although it is nice, I felt like there was only kind of 1 dark-ish shade, and every look I got when I used this looked almost exactly the same. There's very little difference, and there's only that 1 matte, and I would have liked a little bit more variation. So it's not a bad palette, it's not a poor performing palette, it's just uninspiring. The last thing I got, I was so excited to get a Bite Beauty lipstick because I love Bite Beauty. Their Amuse Bouche formula is delicious. But it's the shade that I don't know that I'm going to reach for a lot on its own. This is in the shade Sorbet. It's very pretty. It's very pinky, almost pinky coral. The formula is heaven, but I really haven't reached for it since that initial Boxycharm video. Maybe now that we're getting into spring, I might see if I can incorporate this in a few more looks, but this is usually not the shade of lipstick that I reach for. So for me, I felt like January was kind of a bust. Kind of like, you know, the non-makeup products were my favorite, the mask and the hair product and everything else kind of like, meh. All right, so February. I loved February. And the variation I got was exactly what I wanted. So I don't know if you can tell, I've made a fairly serious dent. I'm like all the way down to here with the Touch in Sol No Problem Primer. I really, really like this a lot. And if I were to leave it out on my vanity here and it be the only thing I use, I could tear through this really quickly. What I love about this was that it's one of those where it does kind of help pore fill and refine. It helps with some of my wrinkles around here, just to kind of soften them up and plump up a few lines. But it's not a drying primer. My skin feels like it's getting an extra layer of hydration. I don't know what's in here. It says it's smoothing and pore covering, and it's like beautiful. I love, love, love this primer. Super excited. Now the other product that I got in here that I have really been loving is from Pharmacy. It's their Clean Bee Ultra Gentle Facial Cleanser. I have used like this much of it. We got a 3.4 ounce. I've used more than an ounce already. I've been using this in tandem with the Green Clean from Pharmacy, that their cleansing balm. So cleansing balm first, then this is the second cleanse. Really like this. And my favorite thing about it is that it smells like honey. Oh, it smells so good. Like I literally want to, but I don't, because it's not made for that. But I like it. It doesn't overstrip my skin. It's really beautiful. I really like the products I have been trying from Pharmacy through Boxycharm. It really intrigues me. All right, the one thing in here that I knew was not going to be a win for me, but I wanted to try it again just in case, is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So I love the brush. Love the brush. I also really love the way it makes my lashes look. The problem I have is that when I wear this, I get transfer right down here. Now, I will admit to wearing very emollient skincare products on my under eye area. I want to look as plump and hydrated there, and some mascaras don't play well with things that are more hydrating, you know, and because I do have smaller eyes and when I laugh, I crinkle up and my eyes kind of scrunch together, and whatever mascara is here or down here kind of gets, it really does make a lot of contact, and I think that's my problem. So I have to pick very specific formulas that I know are not going to smear, that I know are not going to transfer, and they're not going to flake, because once they start getting down here, and I used to love this mascara, I used to absolutely love it, but that was before I was wearing a really heavy duty super hydrating eye cream, and now this doesn't work for me. One of the things that surprised me, I was worried it was going to be too dark, was this. This is from Pretty Vulgar. It's a Shimmering Swan highlighter in the shade Glow Up. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's literally like a beautiful peachy kind of champagne-y highlight right here, and it is just so pretty. I was worried it was going to be too dark. It's right on the verge, but now that we're getting into warmer months, I still wear SPF 50. I know I will catch a little bit of sun this summer. This will look absolutely gorgeous, and it would also look nice like on, you know, the collarbone or your shoulders or other things. I absolutely love this. And the last thing that came, and I was kind of concerned about it because I thought it seemed like a rather small product. It's from Trestique. This is their Prime and Color lip glaze. It's like Prime and what? Prime and Color. So it has a little itty bitty baby primer. Really haven't used it. I probably should because it's nice, but what I really have been going to town on is the lip color. This. It's kind of weird because it's like a little thin stick, but that's all that's left. I've probably used about a third of this so far. This color, English Rose, is really beautiful. It lasts quite a long time. It's right here. Longer than I expected it to. And I love so much that it has magnetic closure. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. But the color is really pretty. For some people, it seemed a little bold. They didn't like the fact that it was so bright. To me, this is just barely a brightish color. It's like brightish, not like really like a full pop of color. But I love this. This lived in my purse for like 6 weeks straight. I had to go and like remove it from my purse to make this video. I love it. This is good on full makeup days and no makeup days. Loved my February box. So everything from my March box came late. I don't know what happened, Boxycharm, but I put it all in this bag here because this bag is one of the parts of the Boxy Luxe for March. All right, so it's kind of a cute little bag. I took it traveling with me. It says Boxycharm on the inside, zipper on this side, zipper on the other, and then it holds, it's fantastic. I love the size of it. I also like the way that it looks. I wouldn't have paid 20 bucks for it, but they sent it to me and I use it and I really do like it. All right, so this was kind of like take it or leave it. I thought it did a great job on my skin. I thought it took longer than this said 10 to 15 minutes to dry, but I'm not a fan of peel-off masks. I'm always worried that I'm going to end up getting broken capillaries right across here because people who use a lot of Biore strips or peel-off masks have mentioned having a problem, and this is a peel-off mask, and I was like, ah! But it's really, it left my skin looking gorgeous. I really like it, so I'm kind of divided. I wouldn't repurchase it, but chances are I'll finish it. So the next thing is from IT Cosmetics. This is their Confidence in a Cream. It's supposed to be anti-aging, but I don't know what's anti-aging about it. I don't know if it's ingredients. I haven't really read that much on it. I don't know that it actually makes my skin super uber hydrated more than any other face cream that I'm using. I did like the Elemis Marine Cream that came in my December Boxy Luxe, but this one's really nice. What I love about this is it's 2 ounces. Normally, I was gonna say foundations, normally face creams come in a 1 ounce jar. And when you get one that's larger and a larger, this is 2 ounces, I was just like, really? And it's reasonably priced. So if you're looking for a nice, hydrating, not too creamy, not too, you know, the Marine Cream was much more emollient. This definitely feels like it's a little bit lighter, but it's not like a water cream or something made for people who have oily skin. It definitely would work well for medium to combo skin. It might even work well for oily skin, but I wouldn't say it's enough moisture for dry skin. But I really do like this product. And my favorite thing about it is you get twice the amount. Really fantastic. So I got 2 brushes in my Boxy Luxe from Moda. This one here is their powder brush, and this is supposed to be a highlighting brush. You know, I tried it again for highlighting, and I love the way that it feels on my face. I just don't like the way that it lays down highlighter. I do have a favorite highlighting brush, the Wayne-Goss Airbrush, which to me is like the most magical brush ever. And I find that I like the look of all of my highlights better because not only does it lay it down, but it also buffs it in. And this is kind of wispy for buffing. So I prefer the other one, but I'm gonna try this for blush because I like a really thin layer of blush. And another one that I have, I got on a different Boxycharm, is this one here. This is from Luxie. This is supposed to be their Pro Precision Tapered. I use this obviously for blush, but I like that it's not too stiff. It doesn't lay on a really thick layer. You can just kind of really softly buff it in. And I think this might work for that too. But I always love getting brushes, and I've never gotten any bad brushes from my Boxycharm. Okay, so if you watched my March Boxy Get Ready With Me, try on, what have you, you could see I was struggling to put these on. I don't wear false lashes. I want to wear false lashes, and these ones are beautiful. These are from Lily Lashes. These are their faux mink in the style Gaia, and they're really pretty. They certainly are. But they were long enough that when I had my eyes open, they were touching the bottom of my eyebrows, and I was like, that's a lot of look for me. And maybe it's just that I'm not used to wearing lashes, and I stink at application. They're too nice a lash to not be used. I may see if I have a friend be like, you want to try them? I will wear them for like 3 minutes. Want to try them? Because they're really gorgeous. This has been a huge hit for me. I love this. This is from Iconic London. This is their Sculpt and Boost Eyebrow Cushion. I have the shade medium. I wish I had a shade just a hair lighter because this is it's a lot and it's really dark. So it's dual-sided. I really don't use this dark shade because it comes out really, really, really dark. I use more of this shade here, and they give you this little weird brush. It's got a little hinge in the middle, so you know it does this if you're not being careful. But if you look at the spoolie, you have shorter bristles on one side, longer on the other. I dip the short bristles in, and I brush through. and then I used the other tapered brush end to kind of elongate the tail, and then I used the long bristle side that I don't have any product on just to kind of brush through. I really like the look that I get. I think this is beautiful. The part for me that's kind of like, it's $40. So if I really loved it and I wanted to get another one, it'd be $40. We'll have to see how long it lasts and whether I continue to stay in love with it, but from the day I've got it, today has been the only day I haven't used it. That says a lot. All right, so this from Cover FX, this is their Perfect Your Face palette. You know what? I think the thing that really kind of threw me for a loop is when I was doing my Boxycharm try-on, this shade right here. This is their finishing powder. It does have, you really can't tell, it does have some sparkle, but it seems really heavy on the face. I've been using a lot of powders that are a lot lighter. The one from Flower Beauty, their satin finishing powder, the Veil Translucent from Hourglass, Charlotte Tilbury. This, just the fact that it's a pressed powder, it had a lot more coverage to it. And so I don't know, because I was putting it on with, where are you? The brush they gave me, I was putting it on with this. It was a lot of look. It really, really, really was. And it didn't really suit my skin tone. It was darker and a little more pink leaning, but I like the contour, I like the blush. And at first, I tried the more pinky of these two highlights, but I feel like I'm kind of landing in this territory here with this more golden one. They're both beautiful. And then they have this little teeny tiny brick in the middle here. It's called their, right here, it's called their brightener, but it's like crazy. For the inner corner on your eyes, hello. But both, all three of those kind of highlighter shades are gorgeous. I just don't see myself reaching for this. Have I used it since I did that video? Yes. Have I liked the looks that I've gotten? Yes. Have I used these as eyeshadows? Yes. So overall, I think this was a great product. Now there was a bit of a kerfuffle. Some people got the wrong shade. People who needed the medium to deep got the light to medium and vice versa. And Boxycharm was basically saying, make sure you fill out your surveys. And they were like, we did, and you still sent me the wrong shade. I'm grateful that I got the right shade, but that was probably one of the hiccups that people were kind of a little upset about, because this is a $45 product. And it's hard to get something that you know you won't be able to use. Now, of course, you could always use it as eyeshadow, but it's not marketed as an eyeshadow palette. It's supposed to be a face palette. I've used it all over in every way, but I really do think that fixing some of those hiccups is going to be better for everyone in the long term. But I did really like this product. One that I did not like was my Morphe 15N. Now, if you look at it, really pretty colors. And everything from like these two rows here worked really well. It's this last row here, those darker shades gave me problems with blending. And some of the metallics are really pretty. I mean, and they even feel really nice. I mean, they're really pretty. Now, are there some other shades from other companies that are more metallic? Yes, but I think that the first two shades in here, these guys here, were really nice. This bottom row here, some of these more plummy tones, although they look good when they're swatched, the problem was the blending. They got skippy, they got patchy, they also were very difficult to blend. I was really impressed with this lipstick from Becca. This is their Ultimate Love lipstick. The shade is Mocha. Let me see if I can find a place to swatch it for you. It's right here. It's a really pretty, super creamy, very comfortable and neutrally shade. It's definitely got more brown leaning to it, but it does have a little hair of a pink undertone. Another thing that made my heart happy is that it has magnetic closure. It's thinking about it. I love that. I really love magnetic closures on lipsticks, and this one is really nice. I wish that I had gotten a brighter shade. I think there was a red or like a really hot, like a raspberry pink or something. I would have loved a shade like that, but this one works really well. I've used it a handful of times since I got it. This is the most recent Boxycharm box that I've received, so I haven't really had a chance to really use these things for months and months and months and months and months, but I know that I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this. And I always think of Becca as, you know, highlighters, bronzers, face products. And this lipstick really surprised me. It's really quite nice. So the last thing that came in my box were these nail polishes from Deborah Lippmann. We have Modern Love, which is this kind of, I don't know, I would say it's a mauve cream shade. And then you have this one here called O'Donna, and it's got just a gorgeous kind of peachy pink flip to it with a nude base, which I love. And I think Deborah Lippmann does some really gorgeous shimmers. Her glitters are miraculous. And I pay like the Deborah Lippmann price for the glitters because they're that good. But when it comes to just regular shimmer and cream polishes, I feel like although the formula is good, I don't know that it's good enough for me to pay that, oh, what are they a bottle? They're like in the $20 range for a bottle of nail polish. And that's when I kind of go, okay, they're both good. I'm glad I have them, but I would never go and buy the full size of either of these at the Deborah Lippmann full size price. These are both 0.27 of an ounce, or they're about a little more than a quarter of an ounce a piece. Normal nail polish is half an ounce. So you get a good size. It also, what I really liked and was so surprised by, was that they give you a really nice wide brush, and it makes the manicure so much easier, because polishes that I had from Deborah Lippmann from several years ago had the skinnier brush and you had to, like, you know, just keep going and going and going just to cover one nail. And this one is like, you know, 3 times and ooh, like it covered the whole thing. I like that Essie just changed their brushes. Deborah Lippmann has changed their brushes. I think OPI has. Like, when people are using those wider brushes, it just makes your at-home manicure so much easier and so much less time consuming. Thinking about this here, as I was looking at all of these things that have arrived over the last quarter, my absolute favorite ones, this cleanser from Pharmacy, the brow cushion from Iconic, the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, just for its sheer twice the amount. I love that. It's also a very lovely product. Obviously, my love for the No Pore Bone Primer, because I'm like, I don't know, I'd say I'm a fifth of the way through it already. And the one lipstick I wasn't that impressed with when I first got it, but I really like now, is this one from Trestique. This one's nice. The other thing I will tell you that I really am looking forward to use again is this Tatcha mask. And I know, and this is silly because it's not an actual makeup item, the train case. I didn't think it was going to be like, oh, another bag. But I took it on vacation with me and it was fantastic. Those are kind of like the standouts for me out of everything here, the things that I see myself continually reaching for. And I feel like every month so far, well, January wasn't worth it for me. It really wasn't. But February, I feel like made up for it, and March was really good. So let me know below, what was your favorite product if you received Boxycharm that you got, or if you have picked up a new product that you're incorporating into your beauty routine, whether it's hair or skin or makeup or nail polish. Let me know below what your favorite is and why you love it so much. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.